Good morning. Thank you for watching Fox 4. I'm Maddie Marks. I'm a digital content creator here at Fox 4. And sorry about the spotty coverage. We are actually flying Sky 4 over the tornado damage in Mineral Wells. So, a tornado has been confirmed near Mineral Wells, Texas, which is not far west of DFW. We have gotten a ton of videos and photos from a bunch of our viewers. And according to the National Weather Service, the tornado was confirmed along Highway 180, which is about 3 miles east of Mineral Wells around 5:10 p.m. on Tuesday. An official with the city of Mineral Wells said there's a large area of structure damage with some structures destroyed, and 2 people were taken from the scene to be treated for injuries. Officials said in a later press conference, and several other minor injuries were treated without the need to transport to the hospital. But we've gotten some updates from officials, and we are going to get more updates today at 11 a.m. So the exact scale of the damage was not known as of Tuesday night. That's why we're flying over right now. But officials did say that the general area appeared to start on the northeast side of the Country Club Estates community and then traveled southeast to the National Vietnam War Museum. So Google Maps showed that those points were a little less than 3 miles apart. We have had no reports of fatalities so far at this time, and no one is said to be missing as of Wednesday morning. But again, a tornado has been confirmed near Mineral Wells, Texas, which is not far west of DFW, and the tornado was around Highway 180, about 3 miles east of Mineral Wells, and that was around 5:10 p.m. on Tuesday. If you are just now joining us, thank you for watching Fox 4. I'm Maddie Marks. I'm a digital content creator here, and we are tracking storm damage from last night's severe storms. And many communities across North Texas are waking up to this significant storm damage, including Mineral Wells, where a tornado was hit last night. The National Weather Service confirmed this Tuesday night, and Mineral Wells is about an hour west of Fort Worth. So here's what we know so far. We do know that the twister touched down around 5 o'clock Tuesday. Some reports say around 5:10, and this was along Highway 180. In viewer videos that we've gotten, you can hear how strong the winds were, whipping as employees of different plants took shelter in the area. And in the area, we have seen photos and videos of roofs ripped off, homes and structures destroyed, and other debris that is scattered. The fire chief says that first responders have been tracking the path of destruction, and our Sky 4 is just now heading over to see the damage. As you can see, there are some structures that have been severely damaged. There's roof ripped off, homes and structures are destroyed, and as of right now, we have had no reports of any fatalities. Officials did say that 2 people were taken to the hospital and we're working to learn more about the extent of their injuries, but again, there have not been any fatalities or critical injuries reported. Now, there was a curfew last night that started and will continue around 6 o'clock this morning. That has since been lifted, which is why we are able to fly Sky 4 over there. And officials did say to keep people out of this hazardous zone to protect the homes and belongings of the victims as we work to learn more. So the American Red Cross has been here on scene assisting people who are displaced, and we will come back to you guys with more information as we learn more about the damage, the extent of the injuries of the 2 that were taken to the hospital. If you are just now joining us, thank you for watching Fox 4. I'm Maddie Marks. I'm a digital content creator here, and we are seeing our first Sky 4 footage of the tornado damage in Mineral Wells. So many communities across North Texas are waking up to this significant storm damage after Tuesday night storms. This specifically, we're looking at Mineral Wells, where a tornado hit last night, and Mineral Wells is about an hour west of Fort Worth. So we have gotten a ton of videos from different employees that were sheltering in place as the tornado hit, and different families and people in this area. But right now, what we know is the National Weather Service says the twister touched down around 5 o'clock Tuesday along Highway 180. It was around 5:10, 5 o'clock. In the area, we've seen there's roofs ripped off, homes and structures have been destroyed, and debris is scattered all over the place. The fire chief did say that first responders have been tracking the path of destruction, and officials said that 2 people were taken to the hospital, but we are working to learn more about the extent of their injuries. We have had no fatalities reported or critical injuries reported as of Wednesday morning, but there was a curfew that started last night and will continue as we are lurking. Actually, the curfew just was lifted, and officials did say that people should still stay out of the hazardous areas to protect the homes and the people that are in the area and the belongings of the victims that were scattered everywhere. So the Red Cross has been here on scene assisting people who have been displaced, but we are really learning more as of right now, seeing this footage. Now, this is not the first tornado this week in North Texas. It's actually the third to strike the region since this weekend. So authorities have identified 2 victims killed during Saturday's storms in Parker and Wise County. In Wise County, it was a 51-year-old man who was a father. We spoke to his family, and that was when the EF2 tornado destroyed a mobile home in Runaway Bay. Now, his wife and 2 adult children remain hospitalized in Dallas with some serious injuries, and we have been keeping up with that story. In Parker County, the family of Kathleen confirmed that she was killed when the tornado struck Springtown. Her family described her as a doer. She was deeply devoted to her family. And due to ongoing recovery efforts and widespread power outages, Springtown ISD schools still remain closed on Wednesday. So if you are just now joining us, we are seeing our first Sky 4 footage of the Mineral Wells damage. Many communities across North Texas are waking up to significant storm damage. There was large hail the size of baseballs in certain areas. We've seen some Johnson County storm damage. And this right now we're looking at is where the tornado hit last night in Mineral Wells, which is about an hour west of Fort Worth. So again, the National Weather Service confirmed that the twister touched down around 5 o'clock on Tuesday. This was around Highway 180. The area we have seen, there's roofs ripped off, as you can see right there. That appears to be a home. You can see the car that is just buried by debris. The roof is just scattered everywhere. We've seen homes and structures that have been completely destroyed. And again, officials are instructing people to stay out of the hazardous area as people try to get their belongings. And the fire chief did say that first responders have been tracking the path of destruction. And it's unclear where the tornado exactly hit yet, but we do know that 2 people were taken to the hospital, and we are learning more about their injuries. So again, there have not been any fatalities reported at this time or critical injuries reported, but officials did say to keep out of these hazardous areas. We want to protect the homes and the belongings of the victims who are in this area. So the American Red Cross has been there on scene assisting people who are displaced, and we are again learning more at this time. Also, just south of Fort Worth, there was hail, which was a major problem in Johnson County. We saw windows of homes that were shattered, wind tossed around debris, and there have been no reports of major injuries in Johnson County either, but we are working to learn more about the extent of the damage. Springtown ISD is closed again today. This is the 3rd day now they have been closed following the deadly tornadoes over the weekend. We know that a lot of people in the area are still without power, including the school that made an announcement this morning. They said more than 1,000 homes in the area are still without power, and many more are experiencing rolling outages as crews are working to restore service in the Springtown area. The district did say that it will keep students and parents updated as to when the schools will open. But right now you're taking a look at the tornado that caused quite a bit of damage in Mineral Wells Tuesday night. It struck around 5 p.m. and we are learning more at this time. We will keep you guys updated. We know we have a press conference with some Mineral Wells city officials at 11 a.m. and we will be learning a lot more at that time. But again, if you are just now joining us, thank you for watching Fox 4. Right now we are looking at Sky 4 footage of the damage in Mineral Wells after many communities across North Texas are waking up to significant storm damage. So this is where the tornado allegedly hit in Mineral Wells, which is about an hour west of Fort Worth. The tornado struck around 5 p.m. Tuesday night, and the National Weather Service did say the twister happened around along Highway 180 in the area. We've seen roofs ripped off. We've seen homes and structures destroyed and debris scattered all over the area. We also did see some viewer videos. Some Fox 4 viewers showed some terrifying moments of them sheltering in place when the storm rolled through. You can see those on our social media. And it was just a really hectic, crazy scene as this tornado touched down. Now, again, this is not the first tornado that hit this week in North Texas. It's actually the third to strike the region since this weekend, and authorities have identified 2 victims that were killed in Saturday's storms in both Parker and Wise County. So we are learning more about that. Springtown was affected, and right now we are taking a look at the Mineral Wells storm damage, which again is the third confirmed tornado in North Texas, confirmed by the National Weather Service. And we are working to learn more. At 11 a.m., we will be hearing from city officials about what did happen and hoping to learn more about the extent of injuries. We do know that there have been no reported fatalities at this time, and we're learning more about the injuries because we do know 2 people were taken to the hospital. But again, there have not been any fatalities confirmed or critical injuries reported at this time. But back to the Springtown tornado, Springtown ISD is closed again today if you are in that district because of the tornadoes over the weekend, because the district was kind of explaining that more than 1,000 people in the area are still without power, so it would be hard for them to go back to school. And they do know that families are still working to restore their homes and kind of deal with the terrifying situation. Many more are experiencing rolling outages as crews restore service in all these areas. So the Springtown ISD said they will keep students and parents updated on when the schools will reopen, but as of right now, we do not know what day the schools will reopen. Johnson County, we also did see a ton of major hail there. We had some Fox 4 viewers send in pictures of hailstones that were the size of baseballs. We know windows of homes were shattered and winds tossed around debris into homes. So that was definitely another dangerous situation, but right now we are looking at the community of Mineral Wells as many people are waking up to the significant storm damage that happened overnight. So this is again where the tornado hit last night in Mineral Wells. Mineral Wells is just about an hour west of Fort Worth. So as we are seeing here, we did see a warehouse, which we did have Fox 4 viewers show the terrifying moments as the storm rolled through, as they were sheltering in place in a warehouse in the area. And we did just fly over that scene. You can hear how strong the winds were in the videos, and they were whipping around as employees of a plant took shelter, which we did just see. We can see roofs have been ripped off, homes and structures have been destroyed, and debris is scattered all over the area. The fire chief did say that first responders have been tracking the path of destruction, and officials said 2 people were taken to the hospital and working to learn more about their injuries. It is unclear what the extent of their injuries were at this time. But as of Wednesday morning at 7:30 a.m., there have been no reports of fatalities or critical injuries reported. So officials say that they want people to stay out of the area because it is hazardous, and they want to protect the homes and the belongings of the people that live in this area as people are working to clean up the debris. But the American Red Cross has been here on scene assisting people who have been displaced, and we are waiting to hear more around 11 a.m. as the Mineral Wells city officials will be giving us an update on what happened, the extent of people's injuries we're hoping to hear about, and just learning more about the damage done to these neighborhoods in Mineral Wells area. So this is Sky 4 footage. We are looking at the tornado damage in Mineral Wells, and we will be continuing our coverage all day on these platforms and on our live streams on YouTube, TikTok, all of the other places, our website, fox4news.com. you can get updates and more details as to what exactly happened and what city officials are saying. Good morning, and thank you for joining Fox 4 News. I'm Maddie Marks. I'm a digital content creator here, and right now we are getting a better look at the damage caused by a tornado in Mineral Wells. Mineral Wells is west of Fort Worth, and the National Weather Service is surveying the damage today as we are getting a better look right now. So right now we are seeing our helicopter footage of the tornado in Mineral Wells. The damage was happening around 5 p.m. Tuesday night. City officials are meeting right now to go over their plan today as they try to assess the damage and see what's happening. And our Fox 4 news crews were just moved out of an area that was badly hit by the tornado because first responders are now going through and assessing the damage. So you can see that the neighborhoods here are blocked off by police barricades. You can see that in some of the Sky 4 footage. But right now we are getting a good look at the extent of the damage that happened after a tornado struck the Mineral Wells area in North Texas. So communities across North Texas experience very scary conditions. Sky 4 is currently above this area with the most significant damage. You can see right there was a warehouse that was severely hit by the tornado. The industrial region of the Mineral Wells area was some of the most badly hit, with some warehouses like this one right here completely leveled. So the National Weather Service says the tornado touched down around 5 o'clock on Tuesday, and this is along Highway 180 in Mineral Wells. There is significant damage. We've seen roofs ripped off, buildings, and debris scattered everywhere, but as of right now, there were no fatalities reported. Authorities are saying that 2 people were taken to the hospital, but we do not know the extent of their injuries yet. The Mineral Wells police chief is asking people to avoid these areas because they could be dangerous and hazardous due to debris, and people are just waking up after their community was hit and are going to be gathering their stuff that was scattered. Employees at a certain plant in Mineral Wells took shelter as the wind started whipping the building, and you can go on our Fox 4 social media accounts and see some of their experience as they went through this, as they were sheltering in place while the tornado whipped through. People started yelling that the storm was tearing the structure apart, and authorities then used drones to track the path of destruction, which they say appears to start on the northeast side of the Country Club Estates. This is a community in Mineral Wells, and it actually traveled southeast to the National Vietnam War Museum. So the American Red Cross set up a cafeteria at Mineral Wells High School, which is open to anyone in need today. We are looking right now at some of the police activity as, again, first responders are trying to go look in the area and make sure everyone is safe. So some of our video of the damage we saw was the extent of the damage at a plant that was in Mineral Wells. A bunch of employees had to take shelter as the wind started whipping the building, and people saw the structure being torn apart by this tornado. So again, right now we are getting a better look at the damage that was caused by a tornado in Mineral Wells. This is west of Fort Worth, just off Highway 180, and the National Weather Service is surveying the damage today to kind of get more details on the tornado and what actually happened. We do know that 2 other tornadoes did hit North Texas as well over the weekend. Springtown ISD is remaining closed again today after the deadly tornadoes that happened on Saturday night. More than 1,000 homes in the area are still without power, and the district is saying that it will keep students and parents updated on when schools will reopen, but right now it's too hard with so many different challenges with cleanup, and they are trying to get the damage all completely better after all of this damage was done in the Springtown area. So right now we are looking at some warehouses and some industrial areas of Mineral Wells that were completely leveled. This was happening west of Fort Worth, and we are getting a better understanding of what the damage is right now as Sky 4 flies over it. So city officials are meeting right now to go over their plan today. We know we are going to hear from them around 11 a.m., and we will be keeping you guys updated on that. Some of our Fox 4 reporting crews were actually moved out of this area that was badly hit because first responders are now going through and making sure that there are no more injuries than they thought there were. You can see that some of the neighborhoods over here are barricaded. We've seen some police activity that has been happening in this area. And Communities across North Texas experienced these very scary conditions. We heard from some viewers who did say that they were in the path of the destruction and had to shelter in place at warehouses. It did hit this industrial area, mostly in the Mineral Wells area, and some warehouses we have seen in this Sky 4 footage have been completely leveled. So the National Weather Service said that the tornado touched down around 5 o'clock on Tuesday. This was along Highway 180 west of Fort Worth, and there is significant damage. We've seen roofs ripped off. We've seen building and debris scattered everywhere from people's homes, from other buildings. And there were no fatalities reported as of Wednesday morning at this time, but authorities did say that 2 people were taken to the hospital. Again, we do not know the extent of their injuries as we are waiting an update from Mineral Wells officials, but employees at a plant in Mineral Wells were taking shelter as the wind started whipping the building. We did see video from them kind of taking video of their experience as this was happening. So right now, the American Red Cross set up a cafeteria at Mineral Wells High School, which is open to anyone in need at this time. The Mineral Wells tornado is not the first to strike this region this week. This is actually the 3rd to strike North Texas since the weekend, and authorities have identified 2 victims killed in Saturday's storms, both in Parker and Wise County. So we did hear from 2 different families after an EF2 tornado destroyed homes in Wise County, and then in Parker County, a woman was killed when a tornado struck Springtown. Now, Springtown ISD remains closed today, and we will get updates on when they will reopen, but they did say that a lot of people in their community are still without power. And again, this is the Sky 4 footage over the Mineral Wells area where a tornado reportedly damaged this area. We are getting a better look right now at the damage caused by the tornado in Mineral Wells west of Fort Worth. Now, we don't know what more details about the tornado itself, but the National Weather Service will survey the damage today, and we will update you guys immediately as we get that information. So city officials are meeting right now to go over their plan today. We are expected to hear from them around 11 a.m., and we are just waiting to hear from them as we are looking over the damage. Some of our Fox 4 crews were trying to film in this area, and they were moved out of the area that was badly hit because first responders are going through and making sure that no one is left behind. You can see the neighborhoods here have been blocked off by police. You could see other first responders in the area, people in vests trying to look through the damage, make sure that everyone is safe. So communities across North Texas, especially in the Mineral Wells area, experience these very scary conditions. We are seeing Sky 4 fly above the area with the most significant damage right now. You can see debris scattered everywhere. We've seen roofs ripped off. We've seen buildings completely leveled in the industrial area. And as of right now, there are no fatalities reported, but authorities did say that 2 people were taken to the hospital, and we do not know their extent of their injuries at this time. But the Mineral Wells police chief is asking people to avoid this area as it could be dangerous due to debris. Anyone who is affected by this, the American Red Cross has set up a cafeteria at Mineral Wells High School, which is open to anyone in need. And this is not the first, this is not the only place that was damaged last night by the severe storms. We actually saw some baseball-sized hail in Johnson County and some other areas that were affected by this weather. Many neighborhoods right now are just getting their first look at the extent of the damage that was caused by the reported tornado last night. So far, the worst damage we've seen right now is in Mineral Wells. This is what we're looking at right now. See some homes that the roofs were ripped off and there's debris scattered everywhere. There was reportedly debris flying everywhere last night around 5 p.m. when the tornado hit. But another area that was hit really hard was Johnson County, and they got some bad hail, which this is also just south of Fort Worth. Mineral Wells is just west of Fort Worth. So in Crescent, we saw some of what the storm damage left behind, and some of our Fox 4 reporters have spoken with some families who were also affected by these severe storms. So this is right now you're looking at damage caused by a tornado that hit in North Texas City. This is in Mineral Wells, west of Fort Worth, along Highway 180. We are getting a better look at this damage that was caused by the tornado. We will be hearing from the National Weather Service as they survey the damage today and get more details on the tornado itself. But right now, there are a lot of areas that are blocked off by police as first responders are checking the area and making sure that everyone is safe. We will be streaming all day on TikTok, YouTube, our social media platforms, Facebook, everywhere, so you can stay updated. And if you want more information or more of a backstory, you can go to our website at fox4news.com for more. We do have more details on that. We have viewer photos, viewer videos, and our social media accounts too are just flooded with videos and photos from the damage and people who were actually inside these buildings at this time. If you look down there on the right, that is some of the warehouse area, some of the industrial area in Mineral Wells that was severely hit. And we did get some viewer video of people inside those buildings that were affected by this tornado.
First, someone talked about